Welcome to this online training on cross-border project management and monitoring. First of all, congratulations on submitting a successful project proposal. Your program will now provide you with the financial means to achieve your project objectives. However, to actually reach these objectives, you will also need to put in place a sound management and monitoring system, together with your partners. A number of things have to be done from the very beginning of a project. A good start to the project is essential to its success. During implementation, you will also have to regularly review your project activity planning and logical framework, set up an effective monitoring system, and make sure you report on time. Let's now see how our partners, Anna, Boris, and Carla, are working on this.
Hi Anna, hi Boris. I have good news. The grant contract is now signed. As you know, there's been a clarification process and a few adjustments were made to our proposal. I will now send you the latest version of the project attached to the grant contract. Could we agree to have a joint kick-off meeting soon to launch the project?
Sure. Good news indeed.
That's great, at last. It's been nearly a year since we developed the project proposal. Okay for the meeting. What should be on the agenda?
Remember that it is the lead beneficiary's responsibility to ensure a shared vision among partners about what the project is to achieve. During project development, this may have been clear, but it often needs to be emphasized again when the project starts. Since then, some people may have changed, some partners may have been only loosely involved in project preparation, but also the proposal may have been adjusted during the contracting process. Additionally, the lead beneficiary should make sure that all partners understand clearly the rules applicable to the project, such as the cost eligibility rules, and in particular the procurement and visibility rules. Gathering all partners in a kick-off meeting is a necessary team-building exercise and a good way to encourage this co-ownership of the project, but also to agree on how the provisions of the grant contract and the partnership agreement will be put in practice. This meeting allows to check that partners share the same understanding of project expected results, review activities, expected outputs, indicators and assumptions, review and confirm the exact roles and responsibilities of each partner organization, agree monitoring and reporting obligations and procedures, ensure a shared understanding of the budget, financial obligations, financial flows and eligible costs, agree internal and external communication, review the work plan and agree the next immediate steps, and finally, appoint an overall project coordinator and allocate tasks and responsibilities to all team members.
Lots to put on our agenda. First of all, we need good awareness within our organizations that we're implementing this project, in particular at top management level. And we need to get formally appointed as project managers. Also, we should identify who will be dealing with the project's financial aspects. Maybe we could involve the financial managers in the kick-off meeting and brief them on the program rules.
Good idea. We will have the grant contract and last version of the project application translated, so it will be easier to raise awareness of the project and its rules within our regional council before the meeting. I'll share the translation with you, Anna.
Thanks, Boris. So, now that the contract is signed, can we start the activities?
Be careful. The date of signing the grant contract is often not the same as the project start date, which could be several months later. The start date is indicated in the contract, so make sure that all partners are well informed about it and do not start activities too early, which could generate ineligible costs. In some partner countries, the project will also have to undergo national registration procedures, and this should be taken into account when planning the project start.
Okay, now let's see if some further adjustments are needed. If so, we would have to inform or request authorization from the program as early as possible. We should review our project assumptions and see if any new risks have appeared. Let's put this in a matrix. Has there been any change to the project external factors or in your organizations since the proposal was drafted?
Well, our previous assumptions are all still relevant, but signature of the grant contract, was later than anticipated. As a result, the prices for the equipment and services to be purchased have increased slightly.
There's also been some changes to the regulations on water protection, but this is positive.
The discussion among partners on the project context could lead to decisions to adjust the project planning, for instance, to reallocate resources or to change the division of tasks among partners, if necessary. This is possible as long as it doesn't change the objectives of your project and your program managing authority or joint secretariat have no objection to it, based on your contract requirements. Even if there's been no major change in the project external context, you need to check that all partners are still able to carry out the activities they are responsible for as planned. Maybe some people have left the organization or their financial position has become weaker. It is important to do this review not only during contracting or at the project start, but also regularly during implementation, in particular before each reporting to the program. After all, the project context may evolve and the activities would need to be adapted to still deliver the project results as planned. When the initial adjustments have been made, it is time to set up a good monitoring system to make sure you'll be able to keep track of how the project is progressing in terms of resource use, the implementation of activities, the delivery of outputs, the achievement of results, and the management of risks. You need a systematic and continual collection, analysis, and use of management information, both at the level of each partner and at the overall project level, to support timely and effective decision-making. You may have already included monitoring activities in your project proposal or planned an evaluation. The added value of the evaluation is that it looks into why the expected results are being achieved or not, while monitoring mostly gives information about where the project is at any given time. Even if you had not planned an evaluation in your proposal, you may still want to consider including one during implementation in order to find out about some important aspects for project success.
Okay, I see that we need to know whether we're on track, not only for the part each organization does, but overall. Well, we have already defined joint indicators in our log frame, and we'll monitor regularly their current value. What else do we need, and how can we organize the collection, analysis, and reporting of the useful information?
Well, we need the monitoring information system to provide reliable, relevant, and timely information. We could set up a shared internet-based information tool, including the control of deadlines, activities, outputs, and indicators, using available project management software such as Basecamp or Slack. I could also see with our IT support to create a joint data dashboard for the project. In any case, we should make sure this includes the key information that the program requests for its own monitoring system, so that if there are questions from the program on where we stand, I will always be able to tell them. I will provide you with a template for the monitoring tables to be updated on an ongoing basis and latest every month. Is this okay with you?
Yes, Carla. Okay, I understand this is needed. For sure, the easiest will be to update the information after each event or activity.
Information included in the monitoring database should be short, with very little narrative. The idea is to avoid the detailed description of activities, to focus only on what this means for progress or probability of achieving project results. Have a look at the written guidance for more information on a monitoring system content and possible tools.
Okay to provide regular information for monitoring. But what's the difference between monitoring and reporting?
Well, on one hand, the monitoring system is first of all a tool for us to know what's going on, be able to react and take the right decisions at the right time. Even if, of course, it also provides useful information for reporting to the program bodies. On the other hand, reporting to the program is mainly a contractual obligation based on the program templates and requirements. Narrative reporting to the program includes more description of project activities, outputs, and results. It should demonstrate the eligibility of the costs included in the financial report. For instance, describe the use of the equipment purchased or the tasks carried out by people in the project. It should also explain any delays and changes, for instance to the work plan.
OK, so how can we ensure this reporting to the programme goes smoothly? We should probably make the collection of information for reporting part of our working routine.
Yes, indeed. It is particularly important to fill in timesheets for each staff member every month, but also to systematically write minutes of project meetings, to prepare mission reports, or during events to gather signed lists of participants and take photos. All documents that can demonstrate the project activities and justify the costs. In my previous project, we had some costs declared ineligible because we were missing such documents.
I think the easiest would be to agree on some internal reporting instructions, so it's clear also how often we report internally and on which formats, which documents we keep and which ones we transfer to you, Carla.
And remember also that partnership is a core component of the project. Explain in your report to the program how project implementation is coordinated and how activities from different project partners are building upon one another to produce project results. Also make sure that the narrative report is easy to understand and that the information included is consistent with the financial report, so that it can be quickly verified by your program without any further requests for clarification that might delay your next payment. Talking about money, let's see more on financial management in our next video.